Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. It's me, Vinod, recording from Coimbatore today. Yesterday was a dark day in our nation's history. The tragic air crash in Ahmedabad of the Air India flight has left us all in a state of shock. As we try and come to terms with all this, let's keep the victims and their families and the brave teams working there on the ground in our hearts and our minds as we take a moment to reflect about our lives and the strategy. That said, the other breaking news today morning was Israel attacking Iran. The escalation in the Middle East seems to be ongoing as we're talking. Iran in turn has retaliated, sending hundreds of drones to Israel, and Israel has said this is not a one-off day operation, this is an ongoing thing, and we are going to continue doing what we started. So we are in a situation, in a global political and regional crisis which can explode into an all-out war in the Middle East as we speak. Already the oil has reacted, it has jumped by 10%. Gold has jumped today. Usually the dollar index shows strengthening, but very strangely at this time the dollar shows a bit of weakness, the dollar index. And the US Treasury is also something which is looked upon as security. I'm curious to see where the US Treasury yields are going. Anyway, the pressures on emerging markets, of course, the market opened in Japan, it was 1.5% negative. In India, as we're recording, it's negative, and we'll have to wait and watch to see what happens. In terms of investing and dropping money into the market, I would say be small, be thoughtful, and be cautious. This is a wait and watch moment. It is not a moment to go all out in the market. So do keep this in mind if you are investing, and keep fundamental principles in mind. And this is a moment where holding on to cash is a good idea. And if you're looking at investing, looking at small pockets here and there of value is much better till we have further clarity on what is happening. So, answering the questions which you guys have put up in the comments. First is Sujit C5L, waiting for the $300 entry video. I am working on it. The video explaining why you need to minimum invest around 50,000 rupees a month, around 8 lakhs, around 7 to 8 lakhs a year to make it viable to invest in the US from India. That with the cost and the conversions, I'm working on it. It's taking me time. I'll definitely come back with this video and I'll do it from the studio. And Tarvin Zero is asking, did you or Anand learn economics in school? Great question. We did not do economics in school. We did engineering. Anand did not have so-called formal training in economics. What all he's learned is through reading, investing, and having debates and discussions. People who are economists, and it's taken him a long time to learn this, and Anand has a certain tenacity to understand and learn. So I've been learning from him because of all our dinner debates and discussions which we've been having over the years. So that's how we've been learning this. And if you really think about it, economics is there all around us. If you really pay attention, everything is economics. Everything is all about value investing, if you break it down and see. Sundar Suresh is asking, Japan's low birth rate versus strong economy. Yes, Japan's population is falling, but productivity is strong, automation and exports keep the engine running. But definitely, main thing we are looking at Japan is not investing in the country. We are talking about investing in the companies of Japan. And like I said in the previous video, these companies are huge. And the ones in Japan are having a very specific moat, which is very hard for anybody to destroy, because some of them are the only company in dealing with this very niche product, and the other companies are the ones which are global and they export and they sell globally everywhere, and all that money comes back as dollars back to Japan. So they earn quite a bit when you look at their currency conversion. So this low birth rate and worrying about Japanese economy, yeah, it is, but we're not investing in that. City Suresh 1988, Vinod, bro fan club. Okay, that's the best comment I've heard. Sign me up too. I want to be a member of this fan club. And Vijay Radhakrishnan 4937 says, where can you buy US Treasury bills in India? IBKR, you can buy it. And like I said, I need to do a video on this to show you how to navigate in IBKR and how to buy it. I'll work on this too and come back to you on this with that other video on why we have to invest this much. and also to show you how to use it. Tirumurti Narayan is asking vested in money and IBKR. I have not used it vested, I have not used in money, but I used IBKR and it's easy to use. And if you go online and see, you can read in Reddit, different people that have used different platforms and they can tell you the pros and cons of it. VKFL2WI, how to invest in ITC from the US. Very easy, you can invest in ITC. If that too, we are investing in Indian company, you can, there are many ways to open an Indian account. I need to know a lot more about you and your situation, VKFL2WI, before I can give you some advice. So why don't you reach out to me on Instagram or WhatsApp, and then we can get this conversation started. Pavan Srinivasan 1553 says, happy about the content, thanks for taking my comment. That means a lot, Pavan. Thank you for being part of this group and this tribe. And Amberson Arun 7989 says, is it okay to buy gold on EMI if I don't have debt? I would not be okay with buying anything in EMI, even gold. You can buy whatever you're going to put as EMI. You buy gold Bs, right? When you've reached that threshold where you want to buy it physical, sell the gold Bs and go buy the physical gold. I hope that makes sense. So you're actually, whatever EMI you're going to, spend on taking the loan, buy gold Bs in the same amount. When you reach that number which you need to reach to convert it to physical gold, sell the gold Bs and buy. So I think that makes a lot more sense than borrowing. Vardarajan 8841 says, best term insurance for 20 to 30k salary. I have actually done a video on this. Why don't you go have a look at it, Vardarajan? If you Google, you'll find it. Search in YouTube, you will find it. My video on term insurance and how to choose term insurance. I even did one on medical insurance if it's needed. Anyway, these are the comments which you guys have put up today. I hope you enjoyed my answers or my feedback. Do put these comments again and I will answer them again in the next video. That said, today I wanted to talk about AMD. That was the original plan. So I thought, considering all this, we should continue moving on and doing our research and focus on job at hand, as they say. So today I want to talk about AMD and why make a pitch that you should really have AMD on your, not only in your watch list, maybe even on your buy. Recently they've signed in Saudi Arabia about investing heavily in AI cloud, especially after seeing what is happening in Dubai with OpenAI and the Stargate project. Saudi doesn't want to feel left behind, so they in turn are looking to create their own AI cloud platform, and they've signed up with AMD for this. AMD has won the role for being the chip supplier for this massive infrastructure push in Saudi Arabia, and this is not revenue. That proves that they're a trusted partner in this whole scheme of things. Meanwhile, in India, what AMD is doing is they've been signed up with the government to be a national cloud development partner. They're contributing to India's 34,000 GPU capital, and $400 million has been invested in India already, and they have the largest AMD R&D center in Bangalore. So they're making a big push in India too. So this just gives you an idea on what they're doing, the roadmap they have, and the kind of revenue streams they're going to be having going forward in the coming years. So if you see this, we must also look at where they are in terms of their earnings and revenues to come to a point to see if we should be buying this and considering at this point of time. Revenue is up 36%, net income is up 55%, and gross margin is up 54%, and free cash flow stands at $727 million right now, and the recent cash buyback has put $750 million back in the hands of investors. The only red flag I see for AMD right now is gaming. Their earnings and revenues in gaming are down, and the restriction they have in China because of the tariff war which is going on, which is also not really good news. So that said, where is AMD standing in terms of price and discounted cash flow and intrinsic value and relative value? Where is it standing? Is it value? So if you look at that, right now AMD is trading at around $120, and discounted cash flow puts it at $84, and relative value is at $194, which means the intrinsic value is around $139. So it's around 13% undervalued, and it's looking very attractive if you look at the historic prices of AMD. Last year they were trading at a PE, average PE of around 122, and that has dropped down to 90 right now. So even if you look at it in terms of PE ratios, historical PE ratios, it is at bargain. So this is the pitch I wanted to make to you today. I know it's not a great day in terms of what's happening in our country, in the tragedy, and globally speaking, what is happening with Iran and Israel, with even Trump, the latest rounds of tariffs, which he said countries either will have to lump it or forget it. It's not really looking very pretty, globally speaking. But there are pockets of investments and opportunities, like I'm saying, like what I just spoke about AMD. And what do you think is what I'd like to know. So in the comments below, let me know what you thought. Do you think AMD should be on your watch list? Does it make sense at this current price? Is AMD's competition to NVIDIA sound? And are they going to give NVIDIA a run for their money is the true question. So taking all this into consideration, I would like to know, what do you think? So let me know, and I will definitely look into that comments, and I'll give you my feedback tomorrow on what I read. Thanks for watching Be Rich today. I hope you had a wonderful day and a wonderful evening. Nothing else more to say other than those of you who I did get to meet in Coimbatore, or I will be meeting in Coimbatore, thank you for coming for the event. The rest of you, I hope we get to see you somewhere. So thanks for watching the video, and nothing else more to say other than good evening.